Hi everyone, my name is Noelle Fall, and I am so excited to get this session started. Today I'll be talking about Adobe Portfolio and how to make your own portfolio with Adobe. Just for a little bit of background, my name is Noelle, like I just said, and I am a senior here at the university studying marketing and diversity, equity, and inclusion as my minor. And I have done a few internships with Adobe, and I'm also the president of Adobe Campus Ambassador. So that started, PowerPoint will be shared just after the session is kind of started and everything, but um, I have a long way. Miss Smith, do you mind muting yourself? You're okay. Is that better, Karen? Okay, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, I'll share my screen now. All right. Okay, like I said previously before, this is the Adobe Portfolio Workshop. We'll be learning how to create a portfolio today, and I'm very excited to show you all how to do that and if I've been able to do it. So first of all, the things that you'll need Adobe Portfolio, which is on the adobe.ua.edu website. UA students, or UA faculty and staff as well, you'll need your UA address or email address rather, so that you can get logged into Adobe Portfolio. You'll need a laptop, computer, tablet, or smartphone so that you're able to access all of these things. And you will also need a piece of paper or something to write your ideas on. So for step one, the step one is the brainstorm, which is what you will need your piece of paper for. So I want everybody to take out a piece of paper or something that you can write on and brainstorm things that you'd like to see in your portfolio. So as you can see right here on my side for my brainstorm, I said that I was looking for an internship. I wanted to have diversity, equity, and inclusion highlighted on my resume. I wanted to put Culver House Ambassadors on my resume because I was the vice president of that in previous years, and I wanted to make sure to put the color purple on my resume because it is my favorite color. So I'll let everybody brainstorm for just a second. I'll give everybody until I'll say 9:06 to brainstorm. All right, it's 9:06, so we'll move on to the next thing. Step 2 is to go to the portfolio website. So to visit the website, select Get Started Free and select a type of page. Don't worry if this is kind of confusing to you because we will be going through it together. So now I'll open up the portfolio page. It's just portfolio.adobe.com. Or you can search Adobe Portfolio online and you'll be able to access it. So what you'll do is just press Get Started Free. And you'll kind of go through and choose what type of portfolio that you want. I don't really remember which type of portfolio that I chose. It might have been this one, but there are a lot of different kind of templates and designs that you can play off of. Just look at which one kind of fits the most to you or which one you like the most. I think for today, I'll go with Lucas. So I'll just click on that. I'll look through it, see if I like what this person, Lucas, has done. And I'll click Use this item. So then it's going to ask you to sign in. From there, you'll sign in with your Adobe ID. And you'll type in your, well, it automatically did it for me, but typically you would just type in your UA username and password, and you would be able to log in. I guess it just logged in for me because I've been logged in for a good minute now. So once you complete that step, the next thing that we're going to do is create sections. So I'll go through my actual portfolio that has been made out, and I'll show you what sections mean. But essentially, we're just kind of creating those different things that you brainstorm. So for instance, I brainstormed that I really wanted Culver House ambassadors on my portfolio. So I would have a section for Culver House ambassadors. I would have a section for diversity, equity, and inclusion. I would have a section for marketing if that's something that I really wanted to present to people visiting my website. So now I'll just go on to my actual website, and then I will kind of teach you all how to execute making the sections. So here is my actual website. You're able to make up to 5 portfolios whenever you have, actually I'm going to go to the live website. But whenever you're making a portfolio with Adobe Portfolio, you're able to make up to 5 portfolios. So if you want to have a special portfolio for something significant that you did, or you want to have one for maybe your brother or your mom or somebody else, you can definitely do that. So this is my actual portfolio, and I had that welcome page, which you can also do. I'll teach that later on in the session. But as you scroll down, you'll see About Me, Resume, LinkedIn Post, Certifications, and these are my different sections of my portfolio. So I'm going to teach you all how to do that, but it kind of just helps to section off and make clear what's going on. So if I go back to this mock website that I'm doing, just to create a portfolio, I would just click Add Page. And I would do page. If you want to do a Lightroom album, you can do that, but I'm not so much of a creative type of student. I'm more of a, I guess not creative. I'm not really taking pictures and making artwork and things like that. So I'm just going to create a page for Culver House ambassadors. Create page, and creating a section is as easy as that. So if you want to add text, you can add text to your different section. If you want to add a photo grid, a video, you can add even audio, you can add a ton of stuff to these different sections. And I think this is the best way to go about building your portfolio, trying to build out the different sections so that people know what they're accessing when they're accessing it. So the next section within our portfolio is to establish your About Me and contact pages. This will be the way that people, whoever they are, when they visit your website, they'll be able to learn a little more about you, and they'll be able to contact or email you if they're interested in working with you. So for instance, I'm going to show you my actual About Me page. So this is on my home menu. About Me is the very first thing that I have up because I want people to be able to learn about me as soon as they get to my website. So I have a picture of me, obviously, right here. And I have a little description about me and what I'm interested in, and I have my pronouns here as well. So, also, I'll show you my contact pages. It's right here at the top. If you click contact, you'll be able to directly email me from the website. So in order to create that, you can just go back to the home page of your portfolio, and you can add a different page that is About Me. And from there, you can kind of just do the same thing that I talked about earlier. You can add an image, text. If you want to add a video that kind of talks about yourself, that'd be a great idea as well. But you can kind of just do whatever you want with this About Me page. I just think it's really important to have something where it says your name and kind of presents yourself and tells the viewer who you are and what this website is about. And as you can see up here on the top, the contact page is already made whenever you first create your website. And there is a way to add in your email so that it goes directly to your email, but I'm pretty sure that it just goes to whatever email you signed up with. So if you sign up with your EDU email, then any of these emails that people type right here are going to go to your EDU page. So as you can see right here on the left side, we have pages that I just clicked on, and it has my About Me page and Culver House Ambassadors. You can switch these up, so if you want the contact page above, you can just drag it up. If you want maybe About Me on a lower scale below Culver House Ambassadors, you can do that. One thing I really like about Adobe Portfolio is that it usually automatically saves your page, and it always reminds you whenever you're working on the website to publish the site, especially when it's like this bright green color and everything is kind of monotone. That's how you're able to do it. So going from there, you're going to develop your sections next. I don't know if we'll have too much time to go through developing sections today, but I will leave these links for you all to kind of look at and browse. But I'm going to go through my actual portfolio and let you all see what my sections look like to get a feel for what I've done in the past. So maybe you can like kind of lean off of that. So with that being said, I'm going to go back to my actual portfolio. And whenever you get to my homepage, of course, you see my About Me page. And the first thing that you see after About Me is my resume. So I think my resume is the easiest thing that you could probably do. I essentially just uploaded the text of what my resume says and what my resume has said in the past, because it's been so long, or I guess it's been, my resume is very long and I can't fit everything that I've been able to fit in the past on my resume at this point. So with that being said, I really like my I always make sure to highlight anything that I've done, for example, on this Adobe chip, it'll pop up for these ways. This will just help search engines forward your name. And I pretty much have everything I've ever done as far as leadership and experience goes on my portfolio, because I cannot possibly put it all on my resume anymore. I also have like a graphic design type of resume down here. And further down, I have just a basic resume that I usually submit. Can everybody make sure that they're muted whenever they're on the call? Another section that I have that is pretty easy to make is, I'd say, my creation section. I do a little bit of graphic design and Photoshop in my free time. It's not necessarily something that I do for class or anything, but I do have a section that kind of includes all of the artwork that I've been able to do. So I just have like a photo gallery down here of different pieces I've been able to make. So this is the graphic design resume that I created. This is kind of my screensaver that I've created throughout the years. I've created different like images of myself. I did a project with Adobe, and this was like the image that I created for that. This was like a graphic of, I think, Montana. I had a picture of the Montana mountain, so I wanted to create this graphic. And I have a whole bunch of different images, and I really like to roller skate, so I ended up making that. This is a Denny Chimes, rather, sorry. And moving off of that, I'll show you all something more, I guess, concrete and something that shows me portraying different activities on campus. I'll show Culverhouse ambassadors, and then I'll also kind of show off Adobe campus ambassadors. Oh no, I thought that was going to work, but I'll just click on Adobe campus ambassadors. And these are the different workshops I've been able to host. I make a bunch of graphics whenever I host these workshops. So these were, I guess, a description of what I did, when I did it, pictures of Get On Board Day, some other pictures of Get On Board Day. This is when we got our new ambassadors. I was able to host a webinar for Adobe, so I kind of post all of that here. I've been able to host this workshop before in the past, and thankfully it was a really big hit, and I have the entire PowerPoint and everything here on my website. So this was from the first time that I did it, and I've been able to help with other ambassadors, and these are just some of the different things that I've been able to do throughout the years. So really, you can make your portfolio whatever you want to. You kind of have free reign whenever it comes to creating these websites. But I'm going to show you all something more concrete, maybe something that's more relatable, especially if you're in a student organization here at the university. So right here, the Culverhouse ambassadors, they have recently created an Instagram team. So this is some of the pictures that I had happened to be in on their Instagram. And whenever Houston Hall was getting built, you can see it getting built right here in the background. This was the beam that all of the ambassadors signed. I thought it was pretty cool that they got a picture of me signing it, and now the beam is up in Houston Hall. So it's cool to know that I'll always be a part of the building, but it's even cooler to have it on my website and kind of have it displayed there. Also, we had a virtual decisions day that I attended virtually or helped host virtually for incoming students. So kind of posted about that there. If I wanted to go into more description here, I definitely could type more about it, and especially about the beam signing, because not many people do know what this is. I did have to explain it. So if you want to go into more explanation, feel free, but sometimes I like to keep it a little optimistic so that if an employer ever goes to my website and they're like, oh, I wonder what this is, they can always use it as a point of reference and kind of ask me it back, and it becomes a conversation point within whatever interview I'm doing. So that is all about developing sections. Again, I'll leave links to these different portfolios down here so that you can get a feel for the different portfolios that other people have been able to make, and you can grab ideas from it. So step 6 is design. So this is where you're able to be creative, add colors, pictures, taglines, and other options. So now we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go back to Safari, and I'll go back to the starter website that I made. So I'm going to go back to the home page, and this is my home page. We created a few sections. We haven't added too much to them, but we will add them in the future. It's pretty simple too. We're going to click on backgrounds, colors, and fonts. And let's just say, let's do a light theme because we like a light theme. You can change the font around. So if you don't really like this font, I really like Georgia, especially on my emails. I've really been into Georgia. I'm going to change it to that. If you want to add a picture for your background, you can definitely do that. Or if you want to add a different hue of a color, like I was saying earlier, purple is definitely my favorite color. So if I want to change it to the background to this, I'll change it to this deep purple color, I could definitely do that. And make sure that whenever you're making changes to your website, you're clicking publish site. It might get a little annoying, a little tedious, but Adobe is really good at reminding you to do so if you're kind of trying to log out and your website isn't published. So there are different other things that you can mess with. You can mess with the margins, make them a little smaller, so that'll mess with your different sections and headers. You can align things differently. You can't really see the align right now because of the margins, but as you can see, everything kind of shifted to the right once I clicked align right, but I do want to align everything in the center, and I want everything to be kind of centered and in the middle. You can also play with the navigation. You can click on and off on the title pages, so that'll just kind of make the contact page disappear and come back. You can have social icons. That's one of my favorite. I've added personally my Instagram and my LinkedIn and some other website I've added on this website so that people are able to kind of learn more about me and find more about me if they please. You can customize different cover pages. So as you can see on this page, I don't have covers, but on my main website, I do have covers. So these are just pictures that were from those different pages that I have. And there are a lot of different options. I just encourage everybody to play around with it. It's very user-friendly, very easy to use. And so, yes, I definitely recommend kind of just playing around with it and getting used to it. To go back into these sections, I'm just going to show you all really quickly how to kind of create something like I've created here on my About Me page. So essentially I've inserted a photo and I've inserted this text. So I don't really want to type this text, but I'm just going to copy what I have here. Maybe you have something on your LinkedIn page where you have a biography already and you just want to use that. You can go to text. We'll say enter your text here. You should be able to type. So as you can see, you can barely see it because the font and the color is not that great. Oh no, it disappeared. But you can type everything that you want about yourself. I'm just going to type, hi, my name is Noelle, and I'm current senior at the University of Alabama. And as long as I like that, I'm going to change the color of the text because it is not my favorite, like I said. So what you can do is copy it. You can, once you're copying it, you can actually change the text. I'm pretty sure the text that I use for my website is Acumen Pro Medium. I can change the size of the text. So if I want it to be really big, I can do that. I can change the line height. I can change the color of the text right here. And even if you like specific colors with hex, I know a lot of university people do use hex colors, so you can just type that in right there. And you can do a lot of different things with the text right here. You can even underline it if you'd like. And you can do a lot of things with this website, but I just really encourage everybody to kind of get used to Adobe Portfolio, learn how to use it for about an hour, and you'll pretty much be a pro with it. So just to go back to my other website, I'm going to show you all one more of my sections that I've been able to make just so that people can get a feel for what you want to have on your portfolio website. So another section that I think is pretty easy for people to make, especially if you make LinkedIn posts, is kind of embedding your LinkedIn post. So it's very easy to get an embedded link. All you have to do is go to whatever post you want to embed, click on the three dots on the LinkedIn post or the YouTube post or whatever post it is, copy that embedded link, and there is an option to add in an embedded right here. So you would just copy and paste that link into embedded, and this is how I was able to get the LinkedIn post here. So up here we had National Intern Day. Adobe sent me some nice cotton candy. I believe I got on either President's List or Dean's List right here. I was able to host a workshop before. This was whenever I got into the 31. And so it's nice that you don't have to actually go through the effort of retyping everything and putting it into your portfolio. If you want to do that, you definitely can, but you don't have to by any means. You can just embed things if you've done it on other websites. All right. So does anybody have any questions? I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that I can see everyone.
was awesome content, Noelle. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much. Yes, the recording will be available on, I believe, OIT's YouTube. So I'm not sure when that will be posted, but just keep on checking it over the next 48 hours, I'd say, and we should have it posted up there. I'll also somehow link all of, or the PowerPoint that I've been able to make to you all so that you all can reach the different links for the example portfolio websites. Well, I'm glad everybody liked it. I don't think there are any more questions. If there are, feel free to email me at nafall@crimson.ua.edu, or you can go to my portfolio, and I'm pretty sure there's a contact section there. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach me at that. But with that being said, I think we're pretty much all done. So thank you all for coming out and listening to me talk about my portfolio and how to create a portfolio website in the first place. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing everybody later.